tragedy. And in this context, I would like to deeply appreciate the very helpful role that our community at large, our community leaders, community associations perform in providing solace and support to the families of the deceased.
Okay, and lastly, would you have some just brief pointers as to what the Indian community at large should be doing, which would make things easier for them as well as your office? One being, of course, like you said, that they should not be calling the helpline number unless it is a genuine emergency. And some other advice?
Well, I think I have inter alia mentioned a few points, and no, the situation is running very smoothly, satisfactorily. The volume of applications is very large, and it happens particularly during the holiday period. And anyway, it's a little bit of a digression, but you see, the buck stops at my desk. I have an excellent team. They must get all the credit and support for the wonderful work they are doing. And for any, you see, shortcomings are of two types. One is perceived. Let me say that for any genuine shortcomings and for areas of improvement, more than anyone else, the responsibility is always of the leader of the team, and that is of the Consul General.
Yes.
And you see, we would suggest, in addition to what I said, well, first and foremost, our community should have impeccable faith in the system, should be very well informed, consult official sources for information. I have talked of it earlier. And applications must be sent very much in time. You see, now emails coming, or more than emails actually, flood of telephone calls coming that, oh, I have booked my seat on date X and I have just applied my visa. You see, that is not the way consular services of diplomatic missions can function. Everybody is, each application is being processed as swiftly as possible, very swiftly, in accordance with the laid down procedures and rules in that case. And we also get several instances where applications are incomplete.
Yes.
I can give you personally many examples. I mean, there was, I think it was a few weeks back that a gentleman, my consular section told me that there was a gentleman who barely had applied for visa when he and many people on his behalf, they started sending messages and phone calls to the consulate. And, unfortunately, there was concealment of information in his application. The fact is that he had a passport, an Indian passport, valid up to 2015. And the information was, not divulged in the first instance. Anyway, so please apply well in time. And I have suggested that because my attention has been drawn to, some disinformation and so on. So please don't go by that. Also, there is a very large number of visitors who come to the consulate every day. Well, we are always very happy to interact with our community. My colleagues and I have an active interface with our community. But you see, when the consulate officials are working hard, are working overtime to render services to you, to process your applications, large number of people, Meenaji, coming to the consulate on a daily basis without prior appointments, and even for routine issues and trivial information which is available in public domain. And there have also been, I am sorry to say, instances of some people trying to virtually interfere in the normal functioning of the consulate. Insisting upon getting out of turn service, insisting upon at times knowing each and every sequential step of the processing. This is not the way consular services are processed and delivered. There have been instances also of, unfortunately, some people behaving with our staff, at the reception, at the consular windows. There is a consular hall that is the public area, and still, a large number of people come to the reception, which is for receiving visitors with prior appointment.
Yeah.
Unruly behavior, rowdy behavior. We've been seeing people loitering around in the corridors and so on. Certainly they are a very minuscule part of the overall public that interacts with the consulate and applies for consular services. But much as the Consul General, it is my responsibility to constantly improve services. It is also my responsibility to ensure that the normal functioning of the consulate is not obstructed in any way, and we all engage among one another in a friendly spirit, in a spirit of mutual respect and understanding. And there is no effort to slight my staff or to misbehave with them. My attention has been brought by my colleagues to a few unscrupulous travel agents who particularly have been trying to obstruct the normal functioning of the consulate. This is unacceptable, and as per our rules and provisions, there are measures available to us, that whenever necessary at the appropriate time we can consider. At the same time, I greatly appreciate some useful suggestions that come to the consulate. Incidentally, we get a very large number of letters and emails and phone calls of appreciation. I don't want to fish for compliments. We also get to big back. That is a part of public life. And I would just like to conclude by saying that with regard to additional staff, this is something that I have always been pursuing within our system. These are not things that you on a daily basis sort of make announcements in the public. And I have already recruited some additional staff.
That's great.
And I would particularly encourage our youngsters with the right qualifications or other eligible candidates. There's been an ad on the consulate's website for long.
So they can apply?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, sir, looking at the time, I think we've gone. I have to now conclude. पर मुझे मालूम है कि आपको शेर व शायरी का शौक है. जाते जाते आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? And I do thank you.
Well, I think we have been talking on consular services. ये शेर व शायरी कहाँ से आ गई? Anyway, आपने कहा है तो well, what should I say? Let me remember something. किसी से हम सुखन होता नहीं महफिल में परवाना, उन्हें बातें नहीं आती जो अपना काम करते हैं.
बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब. And thank you, sir. Thank you so much for offering this interview.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
And that was the Consul General of India, Honorable Sanjeev Arora, addressing some of the issues that you have been concerned about.